So today is March 30th, 2023, and this week there are 68 reported cases of COVID-19 in Charlotte-Mecklenburg County, which shows a 39% decrease over the last 2 weeks. Therefore, each subject is comfortable not to wear a mask. So my name is Addie Lore, and today we're going to perform an interview. As we know, the COVID-19 pandemic was highly impactful to the world in many ways. Our goal with this interview is to collect your story. The Learning Archives project is specifically focused on communities of color and those who are many times rarely represented. We are very happy that you allowed us to interview you. We are excited to hear your story on COVID-19 experiences. Could you state your name and introduce your physical appearance, like what you are wearing and what you look like?
My name is Makenna Melchor. I'm a female. I'm white and I'm black, and I'm wearing sweatshirt and leggings and tennis shoes.
Okay, thank you. So, first question. Thinking back to March 2020, could you tell us about what you remember that day? March 13th, to be exact.
I remember that school was going to be closed for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking that it was only going to be 2 weeks and then we'd go back to school. It'd be a nice little break. And then it turns out it was a whole year. So,
what were your feelings like in that moment? Like the instant moment when you first, like when they said school's canceled?
Instantly I was really happy because I remember I was almost burnt out from soccer and school.
Mm-hmm.
So having a little break was nice.
Yeah. And then after you found out that you were not going to go back to school and then like graduation and stuff like that was going to be like messed up, how'd you feel?
I was actually very sad because they had just canceled my senior season of soccer, and I thought that would have been my last season of soccer ever.
Mm-hmm.
They canceled prom, they canceled graduation, they canceled vacations, they basically canceled everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't go anywhere, so of course I was upset.
Yeah, so are you from the Charlotte area?
Yes, I lived here my whole life.
Oh, okay. So what do you remember of the early days? What did you do mostly during lockdown?
Mostly went on walks. The highlight of my week, was when we got to go to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm. So I know you like fishing. Did you do any fishing while you were in quarantine?
Yeah, a little bit. There's a pond in my neighborhood. This big a fish.
What do you miss most during the pandemic?
Probably I miss not doing anything, not having deadlines.
Mm-hmm. Did you like online school or do you prefer like school now?
Prior to the pandemic, I never really had online school. Mm-hmm. So basically the fall of 2020 was my first time doing online school, and that made me realize how much I missed being in person.
Mm-hmm. Was it like easier for you doing like online school? Would you have like preferred just going in person, even though like it probably would have been a little bit harder for you?
Yeah, I would have preferred to go in person. I think I learned better that way, even though online school was easier. You probably know, like you can just get your home, like look stuff up online, but you don't actually learn anything.
Yeah, that's true. What are some long-lasting consequences of the pandemic that you think have impacted us?
In like a negative way or either?
Either way.
Well, I think the pandemic helped me choose Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I finished my senior year of soccer, I probably wouldn't be playing soccer here. Mm-hmm. But I decided that I wasn't ready to give up soccer, so I chose Queens.
Mm-hmm.
And now a lot of my school is online now. Like we turn stuff in online versus when we had to go to school the next day and turn something in, like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. How has like the whole COVID experience shaped you as a person? Do you think it has affected you positively, negatively into like who you are today?
Yeah, I think it's impacted me positively. Like hearing about all the doctors and hospitals and nurses during the pandemic and how they were struggling made me realize that I like actually wanted to be a doctor and be a person on the front line. So I think that's how it's helped me.
Were you like a little scared though? Because I know like doctors were like all getting sick and whatnot because of COVID, and like people weren't really going in because of the pandemic. Did that not like scare you away from that a little bit? Or were you just like, no, I really want to do this in life?
No, it didn't scare me at all because it made me realize how much people need doctors and how much we need more like people in the healthcare system.
That's true. I agree with that, friend. Okay. What do you think your future will look like? Like with the path you want to go down, I know you said like a doctor, but like in general, what do you think it'll look like?
Yeah, I want to go to med school. I will probably stay in Charlotte at least for the next 10, 15 years.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
Is it because of like med school, or is it just because you like this area?
Yeah, there's a medical school that's coming here that I really like. Wake Forest Med School's coming here. They're on a campus here. And also, my entire family is around Charlotte. So
mm-hmm. Where will they do this Wake Forest thing?
Up the road.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So would they be opening that when you graduate? So you could like apply and get in there?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. And will it just be like kind of just like Wake Forest, or do you think it'll be like something brand new?
It's Wake Forest Med School. There's like a branch in Winston-Salem, and then they'll have a branch here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have your friendships or family relationships changed during the pandemic?
Yes.
Can you elaborate a bit? I know you told me a story one time about Billy and how you would go and pick up her food
mm-hmm.
for her because she didn't want to like go out and like go get it herself, you know, because she's older. So do you think you became closer with Billy by doing that, or do you just think your relationship was just like the same?
Yeah, I think it got closer because she kind of depended on my family because mm-hmm. she's, my Aunt Billy, she's 80. Mm-hmm. Well, she was 80. She's, 83 now?
Yeah.
So, and we didn't want her going out, risking her getting sick because she's obviously more susceptible.
Yeah.
And so she kind of depended on us. So I think that brought our relationship closer. And I was quarantining with my family, like my parents and my sister. So that obviously brought us closer. Mm-hmm. And we did everything together.
Was like a part of you like tired of being with your family so much, or did you just like enjoy the time together?
I enjoyed it. I wasn't necessarily tired of them. When I got tired of them, I would just go to my room.
Mm-hmm. What about your sister Mason? How was that? Did you bond with her? Did you argue with her like more or so?
I would say it brought us closer. We used to argue all the time, but we got closer. We were the only people that we could hang out with, so we kind of had to get along.
Okay. If you could go back and tell yourself something in 2020, what would you say to yourself?
I would tell myself that I made the right decision coming here. Back then, that was probably my main stress of my life during the time is where should I go to college? Like, if I go here, will I be happy? If I go to, like, NC State, will I be happy? And I just tell myself I made the right decision.
I think you did too. So, thank you so much for sharing your story with us.